Okie dokie guys, Outlaw Dolphin here, and we are still in the Upper Cathedral. Journal entry 24. After slaying the nightmare, Gehrman awaits me. But there is still so much to learn. I have shut down the school of Mensis. Now I seek the unseen members of the choir. Or what remains, such as Bergenworth. It seems to be that since Menzies kicked in the ritual, the choir has either gone to ground or been seeking ways to stop them, and failed until I came along. Make no mistake, this place to me is hello. I can see beasts on that chandelier. And make no mistake, this place to me is perhaps the spookiest I have ever seen in this entire game. Oh, shit. Give me that health back. I've seen blue eyes before. Only a stone shard. Oh, hello. Good job that door doesn't open from that side. Otherwise I would have walked into a bit of a mess. Really? First time I've seen that option. I'm keeping doors open. All these statues. Door does not open from this side. Oh boy, they're off. Oh boy. 3 of them. Doorway, preserve me. Yep. Is that one down? Yep. This is such a cheap way to do things, but when FromSoft puts it there, it's their own fault. Why does everything sound so muffled? It's so strange. Dead, dead. There we go. Stone shard, stone shard, stone shard. Cheap bastard. A lot of echoes for not a lot of reward. Oh boy. Out stagger. There we go. I can still hear footsteps. Oh yeah. Nice. The Cosmic Eye Watcher badge. This must be the last badge because we picked up a lot and I don't think there's that much left. Badge of a member of the choir, elites of the healing church. The eye signifies the very cosmos. The choir stumbled upon an epiphany, very suddenly and quite by accident. Here we stand, feet planted in the earth. But might the cosmos be very near us, or just above our heads? So talking of space, these great ones are, as they say, or as they believe, is just above their heads. In space, for lack of a better word. Which would mean these great ones are aliens, or not of, locked, or not of this planet, clearly not of Yharnam. I'm taking this space slowly. The torch only emanates so far in front of me, illuminates rather. Only illuminates so far in front of me. And these statues. Oh! Yep, knew it. Oh, I hate the grab. So yeah, what comes out of their head is known as a phantasm. Oh shit, man. I dislike these things quite a lot. If he kills me, I'd be very unhappy. He's already claiming all of my insight, fuck off. Oh! Oof, nearly died. I thought he grabbed me for a third time. I knew it. I knew that thing was leading me into a trap, but yet I followed it anyway. 2 chunks. Where is this ladder taking me? There's another one. A lot of items down here. We're going to wait for him. And we are going to ambush him. Unless he walks clean out through this door, in which case we'd be fucked. Because I knew that would happen. Because there was a ladder behind me. If that's the way I fall, then I'm gonna be fucked. Oh. You fall. Can you climb ladders? I don't think he can. Which is beneficial to us right now. Blue elixir. A blindfold cap. Madman's knowledge, madman's knowledge. Paying me back for everything you took from me just right now. 2 pearl slugs. Yeah, we need to get to the other side of all this. Yeah, can't climb ladders. So that invertebrate that comes out of their head is called a phantasm. I hold an empty phantasm shell, which means the choir would use these shells. It would appear that the phantasm would leave the shell. Yeah, that's not possible, is it? The orphanage key. Let's just deal with this guy. So it would seem that the phantasm leaves the shell and acts like a parasite. Within them, it controls them. The only thing they eat is now knowledge. We can open that door, but we can also go downstairs. Hey, beastie. We can now go downstairs and we can open the main door, I think. Which is, if I carry on... And then we can open the gate, and then we don't have to worry about a lot of other stuff. That looks creepy as shit. And then I believe the lamp is just down that way. We're going to jump back in. Because I believe there's also another door. And I'm going to read the description for the orphanage key in just a moment. Let me just get back all the way to the other side. He's still down there, which is good. It just means I know where he is. Now ain't that just the creepiest thing? talk. Make contact. I mean, that is a holy... The only thing that remains on this corpse is the holy shawl on the back. To tell us that this is a member of the church, this isn't just nobody. This is somebody that was trying to make contact with what? But this was how the choir were talking to the Great Ones. Not through umbilical cords. They didn't... Well, they must have had plenty because they have the freaking children out there. Orphanage key. The orphanage, shadowed by the Grand Cathedral, was a place of scholarship and experimentation, where young orphans became potent, unseen thinkers for the Healing Church. The choir that would later split from the Healing Church was a creation of the orphanage. So whoever was in charge here created something pretty imaginative. Because Bergenworth was abandoned, the Healing Church would continue to learn from what Bergenworth learned. That's what the Healing Church was made up of. It was made up of scholars from Bergenworth. Someone in the choir sought to go beyond what even the church knew. Thus the church split. So you have the Healing Church, and from the Healing Church split the School of Mensis and the choir split from the church. That's clear enough, to me at least. And then both the choir and the School of Mensis were doing some... Oh, hello. Was doing something beyond the church. They were having an unseen war, the unseen village and the unseen thinkers. Now, this place is very interesting. Okay. Okay, that's annoying that doesn't... That's annoying that doesn't hurt them. It's interesting, there's one that's hanging back, but not doing anything. That one. Thank God for the right Polash. We've seen these things before, both in the Forbidden Forest, Yosefka's Clinic, fake Yosefka's Clinic, rather. Whoa! Okay, now it does something. Emissaries, like ambassadors, but Jesus, they do hit very hard, which is very annoying. hell am I supposed to do damage to this? Whoa! Shit. Oh fuck. That's not a good sign. Whoa, whoa! Couldn't see that coming down from the screen. They look creepy. I wonder if I can do so much damage to the one that won't attack me to make the later phase a lot easier. Just thin the herb. Speaking of which, where is that one? It's there. There we go. Communion of the highest level. Now we should be right above the cathedral. And I want to try and do the most rebellious thing I know. But I don't think... Yes. Haha. Alright, I had to do my research for these areas. So I'm going to head back to the dream. Just on a side note, I have fought my way to basically where the area before where I was getting scuppered by three lanterns. Yeah. Anyway, I've managed to make my way there. I picked up some more sedatives from the old lady, thank God she was still there. And seemingly there will still be more. And I'll show you what happens when we do that. We still have one more unenjoyable task, unenviable is to get my blood rock so I can put a weapon up to +10. And I know I have to go down this way to do it. And there's still one more brain. Oh! Fuckers. Give me frames. Thank God for everything resisting. Great One's Wisdom, Arcane Damp Blood Gem, Great One's Wisdom, Great One's Wisdom, Great One's Wisdom. Damp Blood Tinge. Madman's Knowledge now. Where does this place go? Open door with iron door key. That's what we got from Mikolash. So that must lead back to the boss room. So this must have been another way to go about things. A pretty annoying way to go about things, because down here I assume the Brain of Mensis would have been right there the whole time, giving you frenzy. And there it is. If the fall don't kill you. Thank God. Blood rock. Now I think oh no. There is a way out. Yippee! Okay, so there's Murgo's attendants there. So where exactly are we? I know. We are kind of where we want to be to make all of this smooth and out. Thank God I didn't disturb those spiders, otherwise I would have been in my shirt. So going down this lift will give us a chance. Oh, hello. Yeah, you can kind of see the problems with this. You can literally see the entire world map behind you. You are literally in an abyss. And I can't remember what way to go. Just thankfully you can always see the lift. Aha. Now this is the Brain of Mensis. This is what's been causing you frenzy pretty much in all your time here. And much like the choir would hope, you can indeed make contact. It takes about a minute as the gesture causes your arms to switch side. It's very obscure and there's nothing telling you that this is a thing, but it very much is. There we go. Okay, it takes longer than a minute. Gives us a better version of the moon rune. Now, the moon rune was something we found in Yahar'gul. If we read, yeah, more echoes from slain enemies. The great ones that inhabit the nightmare are sympathetic in nature and often answer when called upon. The other thing to point out is that this is literally a brain of eyes. And it does like to look at you. It does have a hand. And some massive eyes. And I believe killing it does something too. It gives us the living string, which is a special material used in Holy Chalice ritual. The immense brain that Mensis retrieved from the nightmare was indeed lined with eyes on the inside, but they were of an evil sort, and the brain itself was terribly rotten. But even still, it was a legitimate great one, and left a relic, a living relic at that, which is precious thing indeed. So, after that, I'm going to get back to it. Here we go, guys, continuing on after a little bit of a break. Just wanted to show off the choir garb. Not going to use it, but this is what it looks like. It looks very feminine. So do the boots. It doesn't really look like it suits a man. So that's just me. So instead we're going to switch to White Church. Yeah. Boots look even more feminine. Not a problem with that, just, you know. There we go. So right now we are above the Grand Cathedral where we fought Vicar Amelia. As we saw this item, a call beyond. A hunter's craft. Oh, that bad time to do that. I wanted to check out that. I wanted to check out the trophy that I just picked up. I'll do that in a bit. So right now we are in for a bit of strangeness, although strangeness you can say we've had it the whole goddamn time. Just to quit back everything, let's read. One of the secret rites of the choir. Long ago the healing church used phantasms to reach a lofty plane of darkness, but failed to make contact with the outer reaches of the cosmos. The rite failed to achieve its intended purpose, but instead created a small exploding star, now a powerful part of the choir's arsenal. At times, failure is the mother of invention. The choir bell, which I found in a little expedition. I didn't change my runes back. Yeah, it's fine. Special hunter tool of the choir. High-ranking members of the church fashioned fashioned after a bell that projects an arcane sound across the planes of existence. The sound of the smaller, silver version of the bell does not cross planes but grants vigour and healing to all cooperators. So it's useless to us because we don't use it. We don't use it online. So that, however, Arcane 40. I want Arcane 40. Anything else? I don't think I want anything else. Maybe fire. So we learnt earlier that the choir was speaking to a Grey One. Ow. They induce frenzy. Thank God. Damien of Mensis. We've had him before. The Altar of Despair. Now we have learnt that the choir were making contact with a Great One. And this is that very Great One. We learnt of this from the Augur of Abratas. As we will learn, Abratas, daughter of the cosmos. Whoa, Mad Rush. Okay. Ooh. Oof. She's got like a little bubble around her. It seems to be hurting like a gas. She was going to spit into the direction I was going to continue to roll in. I'm dead, aren't I? Yeah. So it tells me I have to be closer to that force field. I think we got it. There we go. Great East Chalice. Trying to view my trophies, it won't let me. So now one thing I kind of noticed is that when we entered the Nightmare of Mensis, we entered through the actual remains of Mikolash. Now this spider here is strikingly similar to Rom. We can't really do anything. I don't think we have any items or item. I don't know. I'm not particularly interested in this altar. But the fact that it looks like Rom, and when we enter the Moonside Lake, is the Moonside Lake a dream? A plane of reality that we can enter physically? And that this is the actual physical remain of Rom, as Rom remains in the dream. That their physical self dies. When they're in the dream, they still age. Okie dokie. What I'm actually going to do here is return to the dream, because we've slain the nightmare. That's what we've done. So this means the burning of the dream. The doll tells us to speak to Gum, and he awaits us. I've finished the story of the game. There is still the matter of one nightmare that I must enter. And that is, if I find the item, the Eye of the Blood Drunk Hunter, the DLC, the Old Hunters DLC is still what I must do. From the understanding of this character, I kinda have to do it, because we've still got a lot of stuff to understand. So I'm going to end this video here, and the next thing we will do is embark upon the Old Hunters, which sounds fair. I'll see you there, guys.